a show stating what others hate. Seeking the truth and transparency here on Patriot View
at 1A Independent News.
With your host, Bear Direct.
Hey, what is going on, my patriots? Thank you for joining us for this episode of Patriot View at 1A Independent News. Halloween, it's that time of year again. So, be careful with the kid when you're out with the kiddies tonight, trick-or-treating. Watch, for any suspicious candy that may be possibly given out. When you're trying to hit a green light, and so you go one way or another, you're gonna hit. You got a 50-50 chance of hitting this one light red. And I thought I was gonna. The way traffic was, I'd have a better chance coming the way I did, but apparently not. Same light, just going from one spot to another. Just a little brief jump. Anywho, careful with the kiddies when you're out tonight. If you're out driving, again, be aware. Halloween, I know. I don't need to be told to watch how I'm driving and watch out for people. I know how to drive, but yeah, every year. I know. Well, kids shouldn't run out in front of the cars. That ain't all it is. It is not all that it is. It's irresponsible driving. Listen, I've been out with kids. My kids are older now. I have grandkids. So my wife still goes out with them. I'm usually working still. But I remember going with my kids, my nieces and nephews, and seeing the streets crowded with trick-or-treaters. Families out with their kids trick-or-treating. And seeing people driving like idiots, like driving way too fast. When I'm saying driving the normal speed on that road or those roads crowded with kids. Because there's no sidewalks, so guess where they are? In the street. And people are driving like not even crawling. Driving, if the speed limit's 30, they're doing 30, 32. This is the type of thing that I'm talking about. So, why are we doing a Halloween episode? It's a PSA, man. I think that's most of what it's gonna be today, for the beginning here. Just be mindful the kids are out there. If you're driving, slow the hell down. Watch out for them. You generally know where the kids are going to be trick-or-treating. So, watch out for them. So many kids are hit by cars every year throughout the United States trick-or-treating. I don't know how many how many fatalities happen, but people are hit by cars on Halloween. Whether it was their fault or the driver was careless, I don't know. Couldn't answer that for you. But I can tell you that there is a lot of people, kids, adults, whatever, hit by cars on Halloween. It's just, you don't even have to base it on statistical fact. It's just logic. Cars, lots of kids, lots of parents. Somebody's getting hit by a car. They're in streets, crossing streets, this, that, and every other thing. You're not streets without sidewalks, things of that nature. streets and neighborhoods that are generally, yes, the streets are packed with kids side to side. And people just drive through like, and I'll give you a good example on this one particular car that I was talking about. I saw them come. I knew which way they came from. I knew where they went. And I knew where they went out. They didn't even have to go up that road. The road they came up to get to where they were going out, they were cutting through this neighborhood. It's going from one parallel street to another parallel street. Where they went, they did it on purpose. Because they didn't even have to go up the road, this loop that we were all these kids were all packed in. And I ended up seeing the car. I knew where the car lived. They cut through. They didn't have no business in there. I talked to a lot of people that were there that said, yeah, he came up this road right here. Yeah, he went out, and that's where he went. He was just a freaking one of those type of people. Should have been arrested. Reports were made. Should have been ticketed at least. Something. But they didn't catch him doing it, so all they could do is actually go talk to him. Because nobody had any video of it. Nobody had any proof. It was all just saying. It's like, okay, how do we have the vehicle, the tag number, description of the vehicle, description of the driver, how they were driving, how many people they almost hit. I mean, there was so many calls on that freak to the cops. I can't remember. I don't know if they did anything with him on that, because I'm sure he probably had more. I'm sure we weren't the only ones in the, as far as in that area that reported him. I'm sure others did the same thing, because I'm sure he found a packed road full of kids and did the same thing somewhere else. That's just how that idiot is. So, anyways, this is what I'm talking about, guys. People, parents, beware. Be mindful that some people are vicious and they don't care. Their goal is going to be to scare people. It's Halloween, you're meant to be scared. So, let's make sure that we're very diligent about watching out for what's going on, okay? All right, hold on just 1 second. All right, I got this back. So, yeah, be mindful that there's people out there that are vicious, will do vicious deeds. Either with their driving or potentially candy. I personally just rather my grandkids not deal with it. Come to grandma and grandpa. Lolly and Pop will give you all the candy you want. It's a one-stop shop, man. At least then I know they're safe. But that's kind of takes away from the whole the whole enjoyment. I mean, that's the tradition of it. I get overruled on that one. So, Pop gets to test a lot of candy for my grandkids, and they get replaced with candy I know is good. So, anywho, let's get into this. So, if you noticed in the beginning, there was a website and email at the top. At the end, there'll be a website and email. We're going to give you away if you got something you want to say, but don't want to put on your social media platform or profile. Excuse me. We're going to give you a way to do that. Okay. We have some simple rules, nothing that's unreasonable. So, we do not have any sponsors. We have items that we recommend. There is no relationship between those items and ourselves. So these are items that we purchased, we tried, we like, we recommend them. So we believe in the product. It's a good product. So, also, we pay for everything out of my pocket. So if you want to help us out with the hosting, on the top of all the pages on the website, there's a little gift box. That little gift box, whatever you gift to that, goes directly to a hosting provider. Doesn't go to us, goes to the hosting provider, credits our hosting account. We have a crowdfunding box on the bottom of the homepage. There's a lot of stuff that's done through crowdfunding. So we have that up there. Well, I should say down there on the bottom of that homepage. Also, we're getting more subscribers. We got landed another subscriber on YouTube. So slowly we're grabbing the subscribers. We want to thank them. So we asked them to go, if you're on YouTube, go to the website as well. Check the website out. Send us something. Write up a piece, send it to us, as long as we're going to give you the what we require here at the end. Like I said, nothing unreasonable. We've been so busy with getting working on these episodes, and trying to keep up with what's going on, so we know what we want to try to discuss. Also, we have to work regular jobs. Okay. So our goal was to have for our Rumble episodes to fund everything we're doing. That is not happening. Why Rumble? Rumble doesn't make you jump through hoops before you can monetize. Okay. You just got to have the numbers. You got to have the views. Okay. So if you're viewing from Facebook, X, or Truth, you're getting the episode of the day on Rumble. Share on those platforms as well. Encourage others to view the episodes. I encourage you, if you're not signed up for a free Rumble account, to sign up for a free Rumble account. Try your hand at content creation. You get, with a free account, I believe they're still doing the free accounts. You can get like limited storage space. Okay, it's limited storage space. You can try your hand at content creation. There's lots of great content creators, lots of different types of content that's on Rumble. So give it a try, get it out there, and also hit the orange, white, one in the logo, or Patriot View, one of the two. Is going to take you to our channel. I started yesterday's episode, and I said, if you're a promoter, do not post a promotion, your pitch, any type of pitch to help us through promotion or anything, to the comments of the episode. Send it in an email. I said, this is how I sort out those that are trying to do the build-up and those that are actually watching and not watching versus those that are actually watching. Okay? Because if they're watching and they're promoting, then they're going to hear me say, do not put it in the comment section. Send an email. The email's up in the beginning. Yep, at the top, right? In the beginning. And it'll be up again at the end. I couldn't have made it any more clear. Do not send an email or a message on Messenger or in the comment section. Man, I'll tell you, I'm just really having a morning. Yes. Do not send through comments in the comments. Send it to the email. And this one sends it. It's out. Yes. From what I read was, this is a little bit different than what I'm usually sent. But it was still in the comment section instead of in an email. If it's in, you send me something for offer to try to help promote. One, don't have any money. Can't help you out. I've had to cancel our live streaming platform, and I want that back. If I had the money to pay you, I'd be able to bring everything back that I canceled. So I've already looked at the promotion. Promotion is thousands of dollars. We don't have thousands of dollars. I had to cancel $100 a month item that we used. And you want me to pay you thousands of dollars to promote? No. Can't do it. We'll rely on you, the people, to help us out. All it takes is sharing and encouraging others to do the same thing. To view and share. Go back through the episodes. If we had a run on people going back through all the old episodes, watching the old episodes, man, just set them and let them run. Set them in, it's like the Ronco, rotisserie. Set it and forget it. I do that with certain content creators. I believe in that what they're trying to do. Their content might not be the greatest, but I believe in what they're trying to do. So I set it and forget it. I'll let it run. So you can do that. And it boosts their views. I mean, these people are actually doing better than I am. Because they got people that will share their content, believe in what their goal is, or what they're at least trying to do. Wow, the roads are flooded up here, man. No wonder New York City flooded. So, help us out. Help us get those views up. Encourage others to do the same thing. Subscribe to our Rumble channel. And hit us on the website and help us out either way if you want. If you are so inclined to do, help us out with the hosting or through the crowdfunding. So we have goals that are yet to be met. For what our vision for what we're doing is. Okay. So again, we thank anybody that's watched, supports us, continues to come back. Hit us in the comments, man. But listen, if you're promoting, don't hit us in the comments unless it has to do with the topic. Okay. Everything else goes to email. If you try to send an email and we don't answer you within, I'm saying if you, the regular person, you're not trying to promote, you're just trying to send us something that you want us to consider putting up on our website, on our blog, and we don't get back to you within a few days or at least a week, then hit us in the comments, say, hey man, I sent you something, I sent an email and I haven't heard nothing back. So we can look and see. I mean, we check everything every day. We have a private server, so we actually pay for our server. It's not a free server, so it's a secure server. So we usually check everything daily and go through the, junk mail, the stuff like that, spam. So if we don't hear something, you don't hear something back, then hit us in the comment section then at one of the episodes and say, hey man, sent you blah 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 date, and I haven't heard nothing back. So other than that, yeah, I just get tired of Halloween, the way people drive. I get tired of the way people drive all around. I just think a lot of people need to go back to driving school. Well, you're driving and you're doing these videos, but if you watch the camera, you'll realize that I'm actually watching what I'm doing. I can multitask. It's like actually what I'm doing, being this is a carpool, what I'm doing now is actually safer than actual carpooling, because when you're carpooling and you have people with you, people tend to actually turn their heads and look at the people that are in the car with them and take their eyes off the road, take their eyes off what's going on. My MOS in the Marine Corps was motor transportation, so yes, I can multitask. I'm very, very, very versed in multitasking. So, or let's say driving with distractions. So, don't worry about me. Watch the other guys, which is what I'm doing. Anybody that's been following us for a while, watching, has heard me be like, "Whoa, saw that one coming," and describe what happened. I guess that is the one fun part about these drive times or carpools or whatever we want to call them. It's some of the close calls that we've had. I got a little dash cam. I'm gonna set up. It's actually a multi-purpose camera. I think I'm gonna set that up one time and just drive and see how many times people do stupid stuff, and just probably do an episode on those moments or do a compilation of those moments. Because it's just unbelievable that the things that people do. So, anywho, we're still looking at those races. Those races. What races are you talking about? The mayoral races, the gubernatorial races. Man, I don't know if Winston Sears is going to pull it out, man. It's looking awful. Starting to not look very promising in senses. But hey, she may be able to pull it off, man. I believe their elections are on the 4th. Yeah, 4th. 4th, which is what? Tuesday, I believe. So, all the elections are on the 4th. Cantrell, I believe it's how you say his name. Cantrell, whatever. In Jersey. He's been there before, man. And he said actually the internal polls, he was close last year. Or not last year, he was close last time. It was a pretty close race. And he said the internal polls this year got him closer than last year. Or I keep wanting to say last year. Last time. So it was a close race last time, and he's actually the internal polling is actually better this time than last time, then he can very well pull it off for Jersey, because you even have Democrat politicians in Jersey that are coming out, like councilmen and stuff like that, that are coming out and telling their constituents to vote for this man. He's a Republican, telling him to vote for him, and not this Democrat wackadoodle woman that's running against him. Not saying because she's a woman, but because she's a freaking wackadoodle. She's just going to keep the same old freaking policies that burn money, waste taxpayer dollars, and do nothing for the taxpayers. And that's the whole point. These solar farms, these windmills in the ocean, things like that. They want to keep these projects going. These projects, these green energy projects that are costing the taxpayers billions of dollars and accomplishing nothing. There's no return on them. So they're just bilking the taxpayers out of money. It's been one bad proposal after another. He's asked a question, what he'll do, I believe it was day one or the first week or something like that. And he starts, boom, 1, 2, 3, lays it out. What he'll do right out of the gate. She's asked the same question and nothing. You would have got more out of AOL dial-up. I swear, a lot of these Democrats are like, you see the new TikToks with the parrots, they're picking up things that they're being told. This is how parrots and these talking birds work. They pick up on things. They don't just teach themselves things to say. That's why when you hear people say, well, they're just parroting back what they hear, that's what that means. Just parrots of different breeds, talking birds, all they're doing is they're vocalizing what they hear. Like a barking dog or a meowing cat, a mooing cow. Okay? These birds will do all these things that they hear. It's not that they can actually truly talk. It's they're vocalizing. Vocalizing is what they're doing. Not verbalizing, they're vocalizing. But they're doing what they hear, what they're taught. Sometimes it's something repetitive, like a name. Things of that nature. So this is the level of that you're getting out of some of these Democrat candidates when they're asked the hard question, the question they really don't want to answer. They either avoid the answer, sit there and look, right? The dial-up tone, or they go to diversion by going into answering or spewing something that has nothing to do with what was asked. and they start parroting what they want them, what others have said, what other politicians have said, whatever their media managers or their whatever their strategy team is telling them, their PR people, whatever they're called. So it's that off script when they think they're going to be asked certain things, or in certain instances, campaigns will say, tell a list to the media saying, you can ask these questions. And then when you get somebody who goes off script, it really messes with them. It really messes with them when you go off script, because now they don't have an answer for it. They haven't had time to rehearse the answers. So, it's just the way it is, man. It's the way it is. So, I really think Virginia's going to be regretting it. If Virginia does not vote for Winsome Sears, I think they are going to actually, a good number of the people that vote against her and vote for this other one, if that's what happens, I think they're going to probably end up regretting it. I really do. Come on, kid. I think they're going to end up regretting it. I really do. What the hell we got going on here? I think this little traffic light's broke. Oh, there we go. Mondani, Cuomo's getting closer, man. His margins are. I think Cuomo might actually be able to pull it off. While he does not have a chance, I don't like Cuomo, can't stand Cuomo, but Cuomo's New York City's problem, not the state's problem right now. But I think he's the lesser of two evils for New York City, though. And that's Swallow. I think he's got good ideas. But he does not have the momentum. He's burned some bridges over the years, so he doesn't have the support that he really needs. And I think he's just taking votes away from Cuomo. I think he should get behind, do like RFK Jr. did. Unfortunately, you don't want to, but do it. You get behind Trump, or get behind Cuomo, and tell your people, listen, you know what's going to happen if Mondani's elected. We're better off if you vote for Cuomo. And vote for Cuomo. Maybe you can say, hey man, get a plan together where he can get on board, support a program that you want to do something, right? But his ego is too big. So if Mondani wins, it's gonna be Swallow's fault. I'm going to say it. It's going to be his fault, because he did not do. He knew he wasn't going to win, but he was convinced that he still could. Dude, you're too far behind. There ain't no way. You're not going to pull it off. Not with those numbers. Just not going to happen. So, I don't know, guys. Lots of craziness going on. Got some elections, governor and mayoral elections coming on. And you got these, 3-4 races in particular that we're watching. I know New Jersey, New York City, and Virginia, and I can't remember whether Pennsylvania's and for governor is going on this year or not. I can't remember. I almost want to think it is, but we'll see. I think this year's just so far, and we only got a couple months left, has been a freaking roller coaster nightmare. Lots of great things are going on. Don't get me wrong. Trump's doing an awesome job, even though the Democrats are still being Democrats, still doing their thing to try to hurt him. But he's standing in there, man. He's hanging in there. He's staying tough. He's standing his ground, and that's just the way it is. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get ready to bust out. Again, hit us in the comments section. Share. Whether you're on Facebook, X, or Truth, share on those platforms. Share on Rumble. Sign up for a free Rumble account. The whole 9 yards. Help us out. Homepage on the website, there's a crowdfunding box if you want to help us out. We have a lot of goals we can't meet. We're generating nothing through weeks. We don't have enough views. So we need those views up. And like I said, we want to be able to, we got a lot of things we want to be able to do. Upgrade some of our stuff, which we can't do. I fund everything out of my pocket the best I can. So if you want to, like I said, if you want to help out, get over to the website, hit that crowdfunding box, or top of all pages of the website. There's that little gift box. So for the hosting, you want to do that. That goes directly to our host provider, does not go to us. It credits our hosting account. So, if you got something you want to send us, again, we don't have any sponsors. We have items to recommend. If you see a piece on our website that does not have a name on it, it's ours. We will not take credit for anything you send us. Okay? You wrote it, it's yours. What we require for that is either a first name or a pseudonym, state and location, not physical address, state and location, so we can see we're reaching out, and others can see we're reaching out. Okay, that's all that is. So help us out. Send us what you got. If you got something you want to get out there, but don't, like I said, don't want to put it on your own social media platform for whatever reason. We can try to hook you up. All right. So run your piece. If you're sending us a piece, run it through a grammar editor first. Okay. It's going to help kind of bring it all together. For those that maybe are not writers. Okay. It's going to put punctuation in the right spots. Or should. Correct spelling to fit where the where it belongs. So it may change some of your words and your punctuation based on what you're writing. Is it perfect? No. Generally, it's not a perfect system, but it can fix a lot. So if your reader's not understanding what you wrote, and it looks like a big jumble of mess, or a big run-on sentence, they don't know where a sentence starts, sentence stops, paragraph starts, paragraph stops. Start beginning and end. You got to know where the beginning and end is. Certain punctuation in certain spots is going to express. It's going to be expressive, okay? And So people can understand. You're going to be able to understand what you're trying to say. It's like reading a novel. Yeah, you read a novel and you wonder why people can get so deep into that and invested in that book and that novel and know exactly what's being said. It's because of the punctuation. It's because of the punctuation. The words, how it's structured, and the punctuation. The punctuation is extremely detrimental. Man, you're not writing a novel. So I get it, but let's make sure that the reader can understand and get on board with what you're trying to say. You cannot have nothing crazy and outlandish. Okay, no crazy and outlandish. If you're quoting anything, make sure that it's in quotations. If you're putting a source or a reference in there, you're going to put your source or reference, whatever you want to call it, in brackets. Okay, you're going to put the name of the website, no .com, .net. The name of the website minus .com, .net, .org, .anything. No nothing. Title of the piece if there is one. So the next part is meant for both your sources and your or references and your quotes. Okay. Copy and paste the indexed address off the page that you drew your quote from, source or reference. Okay. Paste it directly above or directly below your quote. Paste it in the brackets with each source or reference, whatever you're referring to them as. Okay, what's going to happen? We're going to hyperlink. If you're not a hyperlink ahead of time, so we can just go in and verify it, and that's it. But we're going to hyperlink the indexed address into the text of the quote or the source, the reference that you're giving us, and it's going to change the text a different color. Okay, making that quote or that source reference searchable. So people click on it and it's going to go directly to the page on the website that quote was taken on, or the page that is going to on the website in that article that's going to support what you are saying. Okay. So again, make sure that you got your references and the name of the website, no .com, .net, .org, no nothing. Okay, very simple. Oh, tree came down. Again, nothing that's crazy and outlandish. Let's make sure that we can support it with something. Make sure you're making it known it's your opinion, your view, your belief, blah 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 blah, whatever. That it's your own view. Okay, even though you're supporting it with facts, that's what makes it so it's not crazy and outlandish. Okay. Go ahead, send it to us in the email. If it's not up yet, it will be here in just a second. It was also up in the beginning. Send us what you got. Like I said, email and our website, both will be right there. And we'll take a gander at it and let you know if there's, if it's a good to go or it's not going to fly, or, we reserve the right to deny, approve or deny a piece. Okay. Doesn't matter whether you're on the left or you're on the right. It's going to be, the rules are going to be the same. Cannot be crazy and outlandish. Okay. And we got to understand exactly what you're trying to say, or we can't. Anything outside of that, then we're not going to be putting it up. So, all right, guys. Again, must have first name or pseudonym, state and location, not physical address, state and location, so we can see who we're reaching out. Others can see who we're reaching out. So, like, John from Boise, Idaho. I think Boise's in Idaho. I'm not a Atlas. Or Skipper from Bangor, Maine. Simple, straightforward, not identified. The only one that's going to know it's you is you. Whoever else you tell it's you. So, again, send us what you got. Helps out with the views, getting the views up on and everything on Rumble, Facebook, X, Truth, and YouTube. So YouTube is starting to pick up a little bit. Views are still down, but we're starting to pick up subscribers. So that's good. So help us out. And let's see where we can go with some proper support. But those views on Rumble are paramount to being able to get to where we need to be. It's really, if we had our views, if we had the views, then we wouldn't need the crowdfunding box. We wouldn't need the hosting gift boxes. Just our views. So help us out. Help us get to where we need to be. And again, I want to thank you for your support. However you choose to support us. Watch out for that bad candy. Watch out for them crazy drivers. Tonight, while you're out trick-or-treating. And again, I want to thank you for joining us for this episode of Patriot View at 1A Independent News. And until next time, as always, stay frosty, my friends.
You just heard Patriot View
At 1A Independent News.
with Bear Direct. Join us on Rumble at 1A Independent News for our daily broadcast.